Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamasho ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanto Ma Kasyid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aham Brahmasmi. So, good morning, everyone. Good to see you back this weekend. And again, good to see that you have chosen to arise rather than to sleep. Because awakening is a process that has to be started from the inner core rather than the awakening of just the body. And while I was contemplating on what I'm going to speak today, I just dived deep and I found that that serenity, that abundance, that fulfillment, that happiness that is deep down within is such a space as if it feels its home. It feels as if have created a heaven out there in this mortal body. And within that space lives the immortal who didn't had its beginning, who will never have its end, yet so profoundly created in this creativity process that everything looks a web. And in this web, so entangled, I feel as if there is no way out. But ultimately, when I go back and look at it, who has been creating all this? Who is behind it? And ultimately, I found it's all my drama, it's all my creation. So, from that entanglement towards your own freedom, and mind you, don't go by my words. My words will be too confusing to understand. But I know which seeds to sow, and those seeds will see the daylight. And once they start blooming, you will realize my words, because my words don't make any meaning to the mind, because these words come from a space of no mind. So, are we ready to dive deep into a space of no mind? Because throughout the week, throughout our lives, we have been utilizing our intelligence, we have been utilizing our mind, we have been utilizing our thought processes. But this is a space where all those things should come to a rest for at least for some time. Let us keep a board on our mind which says RIP. And then from that space of RIP that we call as Sureshji as rest in peace, because it has been running too dramatically everywhere. But here is the space where we don't run, we just take a break, we just stay back, we just withhold, we just sit and observe what's going on. And that space you will find that you have been searching for it, because the happiness is not in the running, the happiness is in being the one who is enjoying the run, not being drained by the running itself. And as I said, don't go by my words. All these words will come into your understanding once we complete this session. You know why I do this? It's very simple for me. I want to scrape off your brains, because your brains are too logical. And you see, whatever I have been saying, does it meant any meaning to you? It won't. Because I didn't started with a beginning, I didn't ended it with an end. Neither was it a story, neither a dialogue. So now your brain is trying to grasp some air to breathe. What is he really talking about? And that's where we kill the mind. So, as we always start, by now we know how we start, right, Surajji? We start with a story. Yeah. So, in our entire lives, we have been having situations where we want to come out of certain spaces. And for that, the major culprit that we have that puts us in boundaries is our mind. How many of you have already been tricked by your mind uncountable times? So Sakirti raises his hand, Ujjwala ji raises her hand. So Raji ji raises her hand. Why are you not raising your hand, Suresh ji? That means we have to. So he says, I'm raising my hand within. You can watch it. So Haribhai is also driving and raising his hand. Don't raise your hands while driving. So now, you see, there is a saying, Ujjwala ji, today is the tomorrow that you were worried about yesterday, and still everything is fine. So who was creating that terrorizing thoughts? It's all our mind. It's my mind that can create my heaven, and it is my same mind that can create a hell in heaven, as Rumi used to say. So here, all these weekdays that you are busy creating your world, this day, on this Sunday, we are here to create a heaven for ourselves. And once we start knowing the creativity process, a small little thing, just like you take a small little boy and you make a paper boat and show him that, see, this is a paper boat and it can float. That gives him the first understanding that floating is possible. And once he learns that how to fold the paper and float it, he enjoys it in the rain as well. And slowly, when he grows up, he learns the principles of science, and even we are able to build ships, cargos, and even submarines. So all these things that we are going to talk might be a paper through which I am trying to build a boat for you all. But that's how it all begins. And that's how a superhero learns to fly. And if you are ready for that superhero process, that's where we begin. So now coming back to the story. The story of having a control over your mind. Now, how many of you believe if you have a control over your thoughts, you can have a better life? Anybody believes on that? So Raji ji believes in that. So at least I have somebody on my side. So I think everybody is on my side now. Why? Because, but what do you do to control that? What are your practices? What are your theories? What are your knowledges? What are the things that you have tried to bring it down? At least you are sleeping in the night. Nothing is there. Everything is fine, but still you are not able to sleep. What are your practices that you have been doing till now? Have you tried anything yet? And if you have tried anything, please type so that I know what all you have studied. And then we will begin. Because Sureshji, if somebody has not started the ABCD, we should start there. But if you have already reached a degree level, we should start there. So please, what are your practices that you have done? Sureshji, by looking at you, it's pretty obvious with your tika on your mind. You do puja and everything. So that might be one of your processes to keep yourself stabilized. Ujjwala ji, nothing. Very good. She is the right student here. I used to book Chim Paradox to differentiate between monkey and human mind and focus. Great, Vivina ji. Okay. Or from human mind, which is based on the logic and reasoning, not feelings or assumptions. Amazing. That's really good. Tried meditation, but could not do it consistently. Very good. Amazing. So, some or other time, you know why I asked this question? My question was not about whether you succeeded or not. My question was whether you have realized it or not, that there is something within you that is creating all that for you. And if that is creating the havoc, it can also create the best part of your life. Yatha drishti tatha srishti. The way you look at things, the things change. So now coming to the story first, because after that story, it will take a new turn and a twist. So listen to this story very carefully. Now, as Rajiji said, she has tried meditation, but it didn't work for a long time. Right. So there was, and mind you, this is a story, right? So in stories, anything can happen. You agree to that? Yes. So listen to that as a story. So again, as we start, like Rajiji, Ujjwala ji, long, long ago. It was a long time ago when there was this hunter who goes into the deep forest in search of some hunt. And as he went deeper and deeper into the forest, he has reached an unknown territory where he has never been before. And this day, unfortunately, he has gone so deep that he even forgot the way out. But he was determined that until I get the hunt, I'm not going to return back. To his utter dismay, there were no animals seen, as if everything vanished from the forest. But determination is something that keeps you going. Even when your car is showing a diesel at nearing the end point, you still drive with the hope that nearby I will find a gas station where I can fill it up. So that's hope that we call as, right? So he had that hope within himself that I'm going to find something today. And lo and behold, something appeared. And what appeared was a big fat deer. And now he was happy that, wow, so if this is something that I get it, it can feed me and my family for the next half a month. And now he starts running behind the deer. And finally, he brings his bow and arrow out. And the moment it strikes the bow and arrow, the deer vanishes. And suddenly, from his behind, a sound comes. So you want to kill me? And when he turns about to see what it was, he finds the deer standing behind him. Now, with a hasty move, he turns around, takes another arrow, shoots at the deer. Again, the deer vanishes, appears at another space, only saying, so do you want to kill me? And this goes on until all the arrows are finished. And every time he puts a bow, he holds his bow and puts an arrow to that. Before that, the deer vanishes and only says, so you want to kill me? Finally, he was frustrated because he was a very good archer and a great hunter till this date. But this was the most challenging time of his. Now, suddenly, whenever he was shooting the arrow, it was vanishing and only saying, so you want to kill me? Out of his frustration, he was done with his bows and arrows, with his arrows also. And now, out of utter sheer frustration, he just brought out his axe which he had, and didn't throw out at the deer. Out of just frustration, he just threw it at the ground. But while he was throwing it out the ground, the edge of the axe actually broke and fell, and it got hit to the deer, and there lies the deer dead. And here the story ends. Can you make out anything out of this story? That's why my stories are like Zen koans. These are not just stories. Because until you get that hit, you won't get up. Absolutely. So the deer that he was trying to kill was his mind. So whenever you were trying to control your mind says, oh, so you want to kill me. Oh, you want to control me. Oh, you want to have a grasp over me. And you see, whatever you try, Rajiji, as you said, you tried meditation. Even Vivinaji wrote that she was able trying to distinguish between the mind and the body, the chimp and the chipmunk. Whenever you try to grasp over this, it's very difficult to catch hold of it. It shows some other path. But there was a way out. What was the way? The way was when out of utter frustration, he just threw it and it just flew and it hit it. Why? Because the mind was not knowing that someone was going to kill it. And here, let your frustration be whatever it is. I become the axe that flies. And in that process, when your mind will be killed, even your mind will not know. Because in that space, you will find your true self, your true home. Not the walls around you, not the world around you. It's your own space that we will be discovering. Now, in order to discover something, what is the first and foremost requirement? And from here on, as we have already spent 5 weeks, from here on, we will rise above the normalcies, because I want you to grow leaps and bounds into that space, right? So what is the first and foremost requirement to realization? You can type, you can unmute and speak, whatever your choice, you can do that. Because now, when the intensity is starting to grow, like as we begin to grow into the intensity, you will find it difficult for your mind to even cope up with what we are asking and what we are saying. But that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. Because Ujjalaji, you remember I said something. I was talking to the divine and I said, how can I define you to the humans? What words should I use? What alphabets? What lines? What statements? What stories? And finally, he laughed out loud and said, whatever you try me to tell in words will never be sufficient. But the only way you can tell them, who am I? Ask them not to search me in your words, but between the gaps of those words. Because I stay there. Because I believe the one who has settled himself in silence speaks a million words without saying, and the one who has not yet settled, despite being silent, speaks a million words within. So the silence is not a game of outside, the silence should be found within. And this process today that we are going to do is to find that silence, that serenity within ourselves. And when we find that, we have the control, we have the power to even bring that out into this world, into your families. Now, so what are the requirements? What is your search is my question actually. Why are you here today? Why did you choose to wake up and log in into this process rather than enjoying a cup of coffee, a walk, Might be a run with friends, might be a games, whatever you do. But why did you choose to be here, not somewhere else? What brought you here today? Not obviously Kirti, not obviously me. So what is that you want to find that is actually making you to come and log in here? What's your search? Because once we come to that point, we will take it and transcend beyond that. So what is that you are searching for? Because until you know what you are searching for, you will never find it. There are so many things lying in front, right? But you never see that. So Ujjwalaji, please go ahead.
You asked that question, actually, it became blank.
You thought that the axe
Yeah.
flew.
Yeah, but the reason why, when you ask the reason why it's been there is like, because over the years we heard a lot, like meditation, this and that. We all know as a theory. It's like a theory. Yeah, we all know, but never experienced. So I really like. I think I just wanted that experience and just break me, because that's the main thing. Because tried few things, never worked, but I've heard people saying it worked for them, and they did experience. It's not like completely, but at least they have had that hinge. I said, why not me? Why I can't? So I think that's the main thing, probably.
So why not me is
And
the right question.
yeah, it's not like I'm looking for something, but I just wanted to experience as well that how amazing, because uh, I've met few people, I mean, not with Kitty, but other people as well, where they really had that. At least a glimpse, like I'm not saying for every time, but I've never done it. So I want to really get that as well. I think that's the main thing.
Wow,
What is it?
that's a great way of that's a good start. And why not me is the right question. Why should others have only others have the fun? Why not me?
No, I think something might be I'm not doing it right, or maybe I'm not guided. Like I don't know. It's just, or I'm not 100% putting on, or it could be several reasons, but never had a chance, kind of like going through.
So
Maybe
here
it's
you
me as
are.
well. Like
So here we
yeah,
are.
exactly. So I want to 100% try.
Yeah.
It's not like Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that, Ujjwalaji. Surely I can assure that what you are searching, you will find it.
Thank you.
And I wrote something long time ago, Ujjwalaji. I said, like, since childhood, I have heard of a place where lies happiness, where is truth residing every moment. And a lot of people have been speaking about it. And I feel like I have just wrote what you have been speaking now. And I will share that because I want that entire gist to come to this group. It's such a beautiful way. And you will find that whatever you are trying to say has already been written. And you'll find like echoing that, okay, this is what exactly I want to say.
Yeah.
And towards the end, there is a twist to that. And that twist is exactly what you will experience. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Surely
Thank you.
we'll find a way out of that space and we will go there. We can assure you that.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
there is only one condition. The condition is, if the student is right, the teacher is not right, the teacher runs away. If the teacher is right and the student is not right, the student runs away. But if both are right, both evolve together. And we are here to evolve together. It's not that I am something different from you. The only thing is, the game of hide and seek is still going on. You are hiding and I'm seeking. That's the only difference between you and me. Nothing else. So surely, if you have come here, we will search together this time to find whatever we're hiding. So thank you so much, Ujjwala ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Santosh ji said to get. Okay. So Suresh ji has some questions. Okay. To get positive energy. So Santosh ji says that. So he needs some positive energy. Okay, good. How to control our emotions and mind, learn yoga techniques. Very good. Okay. So Raji ji, what brought you here?
So many reasons actually. I've been
That's
trying
good.
meditation after my intermediate, but I couldn't do it properly. Now the reason now is being I want to organize my activities in a day, and I want to balance my work life and personal life. I feel that my mind needs to be organized to raise my kids properly.
It's amazing. Every mother's dream.
Yeah. So I feel that it's me who needs to be organized in the home.
Wow.
So
That's realization. See, we try to change so many things, but the day I learn that I have to change myself, everything changes. That's good. So that's a great space to be. So Rajiji, sure, you will find a way out of it, and you will surely realize that how beautifully life can be handled actually. And as the things unfold, we will slowly come to that space. And obviously that the planning that we are going to do for this 9-day meditation, I want to do that as soon as possible, but I believe like that would be good during the holiday season, because you people might be having some relaxation at that time, so that we can do it. So Kirti, you have to decide like what dates we are looking forward to, because all these questions, na Raji ji and Ujjwala ji, all that experience that you want to have, even Santosh ji, what he's searching for that positivity, or Suresh ji is asking how to grasp hold of this mind and control over the emotions, you will be stunned. You will be stunned by how all these things can happen within those 9 days only. And all that commitment that I want from your side is those 9 days. And you can keep it in writing. I'm saying that on this recorded screen, you can keep it on the writing. If you go back the same person who came to me within this 9 days, you tell me whatever to do, I'll do it for you. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. None of these gentlemen nodding their heads like Kirti or Haribhai, they know it and they have seen the transformation, what happens. You know why we are trying to see, Ujjwala ji, I want to experience something, right? You want to experience something because you think that experience is not within you, it is somewhere external, and I want to bring it into my experience. When it comes to Raji ji, she says, okay, how to nurture my kids. It's not growing up. Growing up happens on its own. It's all about nurturing our kids. So if we are nurturing our kids in the proper fashion, we are not only creating a better family, we are creating a better world for tomorrow. Right? So that's why we all want to have great kids. And apart from that, you want to have a control, or rather control line. It should be a life that just flows by. Have you heard this song called as row, row, row your boat gently down the stream? Right? So it itself is a secret. That story itself, that song itself is a secret of life. It says row, row, row your boat, means keep on doing your work. Row, row, row your boat. What is the boat? The boat is your life and this body that you are carrying together. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, not fighting with it. Down the stream means it is going with the flow. Then what is the next line? I don't remember actually. Merrily, 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 merrily. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
down the stream.
Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is just a
Dream.
Can you see I have made you so young now that you went back to your kindergarten days and you remember that? How much time does it take to create that memory back? And you saw just by that singing that song, you are connecting to something. This is what your mind is. If the right kind of inputs are given, it goes back to its stage of no thoughtfulness, a space of absolute stillness. And that's where we work. So now, and then Sureshji said, and he has put a question, how to control the emotions and minds. You only want to control the emotions and the mind because you believe that you are that. But if you realize that you are not that, and it will be described completely logically altogether. And that logical understanding will bring clarity. Because you see, if we go to our culture, there is something called as Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga, and anything else? Kirti? Karma Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyan Yoga. So there are 4 ways to go. All these things talk differently about reaching that space, but everyone reaches that space only. So during all these sessions, we will be utilizing all those 4. And when we were talking about Rajiji, she said like she tried meditating, but meditation was not happening for a longer time. Might be she might have experienced it in bits and pieces, but it was not going to that extent, right? Okay. So let us do a meditation right now. Haribhai, you are not participating in this. So in this space, I call a space called as the Ananda Kanda, means the abode of happiness. What do you think? Where should be the abode of happiness within you? What the space? No, not the mind. The mind is too turbulent. It is too turbulent to even get the stillness. And you see, a pond, when there are ripples, you cannot see the moon in that reflecting. But when the pond is calm and quiet and silent, the reflection appears. So the same divinity will shine within you if you can bring that space of happiness within you. Are you ready to experience that right now? What Ujjwala ji was asking for, what Raji ji was trying to discover, what Suresh Prabhu ji was trying to find a way out of it, what Vivina ji has been practicing, what Santosh ji was checking out for or asking for, and why Usha ji is here for. We will all get it together. Now just see, if you close your eyes and just focus on the space of your heart, nothing else is doing. Just focus on the space of your heart. Close your eyes. Just focus on the space of your heart. Just sit silently without doing anything. And if your thoughts are bothering you, let me take care of them. And as I count from 1 to 3, you and your thoughts will separate from each other, and they won't bother you until I say them back to 1, 2, 3. Now you are sitting in a space of no thought, no fight, no dilemma, just like a small little kid. While you are focusing on the heart, feel the warmth that is getting created there. Very slowly, very steadily. Focus on that space. And you might have started noticing that the more and more you are focusing on that space, there is a subtle vibration that has started. A very subtle vibration. Just focus on that vibration now as to how the frequency is increasing and spreading. The center of that frequency, the center of that wave that is being created, will feel a little heavier, and that is okay. Now, as this wave is being created, what ingredient do you really want to put there so that that vibration goes and travels to all the parts of your body? And I believe we can take some good ingredients and put it there, like feeling loved. Now fill that space with love, and that itself should bring a smile on your face. Fill your heart with love, and as it is vibrating, you can give it a color, you can give it a shape, and slowly it is vibrating and sending that love into each and every cell of your body. And as this is passing as a throbbing sensation into each and every part of the cells of your body, it seems like every single cell is getting activated, and as if they are dancing to a tune of the divinity. Take a slightly longer breath than usual and slowly exhale through your nose only. Relax. Again, bring back the focus on the heart. Fill this space with happiness. A happiness of a small baby. The happiness of the blooming of a flower. The happiness of the sky floating and the clouds just rolling by. The happiness of a butterfly. The happiness of a star twinkling. The happiness of a drop dropping itself into the ocean and becoming the ocean. Now, the warmth, the vibrations are so well connected that even your hands being far away from your heart, still the vibrations can be felt in your palms. These are like small, subtle currents passing by and touching your palms. And as I speak the numbers 4 to 6, you just slowly raise your hands a little bit in the air and you will feel its floating happening on its own. 4, 5. Slowly let your hands float in the air, making it so lighter that it automatically goes up, up, up to a comfortable space. And as you hold it there, just observe your hands. If you slightly move it, you will feel as if it is still trying to go up, up and up. It is so flawless. It is so easy to float. Now slowly again bring your hands down. Keep it in your lap. Focus back again on the heart. This time you will notice that the vibrations have gone. And what is left is just an empty space. Now, in this empty space, just go and sit there. Now, the mind says, how? Discard the mind here. You just settle down in that space of the heart. By now, you might have observed that even your breath has become so small, you don't even realize whether you are breathing or not, which is absolutely fine. Don't change anything about it. Slowly, slowly, slowly dive deep into that space. As if you are sitting amidst of a lotus flower, and slowly the lotus petals are closing one by one, creating a space for you within yourself. The space is enough to hold you. Absolutely relaxed in that space. There is a layer of calmness traveling in your body from the top of your head, slowly down, 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 and all your body parts are relaxed and comfortable, as if somebody has put a curtain of cool sheet on you. Just blow out through the mouth whatever is not required. Just let go and just be still with what you want. Become completely empty. Empty like a cave where serenity and silence is the constant companion. Now you observe, despite having so many things, you are not so silent. And yet, in this silence, you have everything with you. And in this space of your heart, there slowly starts blossoming a beautiful flower whose fragrances are your smiles. And as the flower is blossoming slowly, it is also like your face is glowing with that happiness and that smile is flashing on your face. Fill your heart with that happiness, your face with that smile. Time to shine. Can you see how silent you have become? But at the same time, in this space, you are complete. You don't need anything anymore because needing was a process of the mind. You are in a space of transcendence, a space which is filled with divine presence, a place filled with positive energy. You're absolutely silent, completely relaxed. So, in this space where everything is possible, let us create abundance within you. Fill your heart with abundance now. In this space, you are the creator. In this space, you can create anything. Yet you are so detached from all that you need. All those looks faded in front of the state that you are in right now. Because this space of yours is so blissful and blessed that nothing seems worthy to bargain it with. It's too magical to believe, yet it is being done all by you. Drop your shoulders, relax. Let go of any weight that you feel on your shoulders. Just let it go. Relax. And the moment you do that, your body is becoming lighter. And it starts feeling as if your body is slowly moving away, getting detached from the place where you are sitting. The physical body slowly up, up, up. Relax. Now experience whatever you are experiencing. Because imagination can lie, but your experience cannot. Now, from this space, create something so magnificent that you want to create in your life. It might be related to any part of your life. Just create an image of that. Because you are in the space of the creator. And when you are in the space of the creator, whatever you bring upon has to come to pass. It is so amazing. If you feel like dancing, dance within. If you feel like smiling, smile within. If you feel like blooming and blossoming, bloom and blossom within. If you want to bring on the light, light it within. And when everything is within, the creator, the created, and the creation, all within you, realize your own divine self. So, from this space, we will slowly be returning back after experiencing it. And whatever you have experienced, you will be able to recall that completely. And now we will come back to this world, the world of the body and mind. And this time, as I count from 1 to 3, your thoughts will return to you. 1, 2, 3. Bring in your thoughts. Slowly access them. Slowly get the access of your body again. Take control of your body by moving it a little bit. By moving your fingers, your head a little bit. And now, as I say from 1 to 3, you will take your own time to open your eyes whenever you are comfortable. 1, 2, 3. Take your time to open your eyes. And now tell me, what do you feel? And if you have not realized, we have almost done it for 40 minutes. Check your time once. Felt like that? And that's why I say, Rajiji, there is a space within our own selves which is beyond time and space. Have you ever thought that you can sit 40 minutes without moving, without a thought, and still feeling so good, as if you have just jumped that time? So now you can share your experience, and these are trailers. This is happening to you even without realizing who you are. But the day you realize who you are and then you do it, it becomes thousand folds. And if you think this is something good, then we have not started. So, Ujwalaji, how does it feel?
I was surprised actually it's 40 minutes. I can't believe it. I'm still in that zone.
Can you see? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like it's I don't know what experience, but it's just blank. But I know I didn't feel it was just I felt it's only 10 minutes maybe. I think that's a my thing. I thought it's
can
about 10
you,
minutes.
Ujwalaji, can you stop your smile now? Being in that space, try to stop it.
No, I can't.
The more you try to stop it, the more like waves of smiles come onto your face.
Is it really 40 minutes? I can't believe it.
It's the beginning of the state of a bliss. And you just think of what could be happening to this guy. Will be sitting there always.
No, it's I think it's just it's amazing, yeah. Because I even now I can't believe it. I thought it's only 10 minutes, but no, you're right.
You saw the watch, right?
Yeah, when you said to look, yeah, definitely. I would have never sat 40 minutes. No way. No way.
That's what
thank you.
happens to you when you realize yourselves. And my entire work here is not to give you just processes. I want you to go to that space, become like me, or rather better than me, so that you become the sun for other people to experience. We need people like that.
Yeah.
Because when I am calm, quiet, and serene, I can spread that radiance out there. If I'm angry and I'm spreading that anger in my house, if I am quiet and silent, won't I do the same? And when now can you see all the words that I have been speaking doesn't meant anything, but this experience you cannot deny. Those seeds were the scattered seeds, those who actually found the light to blossom. So don't try to even decipher what I am saying. It won't make anything. But the experiences are something that you cannot deny. So thank you. You did it well. So Raji ji, did you try meditating?
Yes, I tried.
So now what happened?
Yeah, even I didn't realize that it was so, I was sitting there for so long.
I'll tell you why. When people say that we try meditating, they try focusing, concentrating, not meditating. Meditation is something that happens to you. Just like love happens, meditation happens. Meditation is never done. And the entire world is sitting and fighting to do meditation. I say you cannot do meditation. Meditation happens. You just have to allow yourself for that. And in this space, what you did, you allowed yourself. And in that, you transcended both time and space.
Yeah.
And this is why we call it as transcendental. And in this process of transcending this time, it is also possible to go back or into the future. And yet you will always be stable in the now without any question. Now tell me, Rajiji, are you quite serene and calm at this moment?
Yes, I was always thinking that, yeah, as you said, meditation was all about focusing. So I was trying some pranayama, trying to focus on the breathing. And in this meditation, once when you asked to sit in the lotus and send out whatever you don't want out, I was trying to think what I don't want. And I was thinking work related and everything. And I was trying to, okay, get back to this. And then uh, I could come back and stay calm.
You see, we have not done anything yet. So many things happen. And that's what we call as Suresh ji, Usha ji. Nothing changes, yet everything changes. You still being you, but do you know the magic? You close your eyes, you will be back there. Try now. You just close your eyes and you will go back to that space. So it is not unreal. It is as real as tasting a sweet. Why? Because I taste the sweet and it feels sweet on my tongue. That's what I say. If you close your eyes right now, you go back to the space again. That means it is not imagination. Because I'm not saying to do anything, yet you are closing your eyes and you're just dropping back into that space. It cannot be imagination. It cannot be concentration. It is meditation. And you will learn how all these things, you will do it even without me speaking, even without requiring me in your presence. And Kirti, you can try right now. Close your eyes and I will just say one thing and you see where you go. All of you, again, for a moment, close your eyes, except Haribhai, still driving. Ready? 1, 2, 3, drop. And tell me if this is imagination. And if you can stop your smile, you can stop your smile. Try. And you will utterly fail. The more and more you try to stop your smile, the more and more you smile. Okay, come back. Open your eyes. How much time does it take? A click away. A click is just what you are away from your own silence, serenity, calmness, quietfulness, awakefulness, consciousness. Now, doesn't it feel like, okay, let me just close my eyes and relax back into that? And that's what we have been, that's what I said, no, Ujjwala ji, before I start. RIP to our minds for some time. So, and you know what will happen to all of you throughout the day? There will be bouts of happiness that you will experience today. Suddenly you are doing something and you will just close your eyes for a moment and something happiness will come out and you will be happy again and you say, oh, what's happening to me? Then you will realize what happened to you now. That's what I say. If you touch that space even once in the right form, it will keep on coming back to you again and again until you settle there completely. And don't you feel like this is something the world needs? Where it should be? When everybody is so blissed, happy, there is no fight among anyone anymore. Now tell me, if with this mindset, can you fight with anyone? If somebody shouts, you say, okay, thank you, Baba. You have done a great job today. And Suresh ji, please switch on your camera for a moment. And now tell me, if you really want to control your emotions, because in this space, if you have completely done that process, tell me from this space, any emotion can drain you out. And as I said, these are only trailers. How many of you have realized that you are not able to listen anything else apart from my voice? Now, can you see a bubble? No outside noise reaches you. And when I'm saying it is happening, and then we break and you listen to everything that is happening around you. How is it possible to do that? It is not only possible, I will make you learn to do that so that you do that to others. So Sureshji, now your turn.
Yes. So as everyone said, is a 40 minutes, even I did not feel that. And as always, when we are in that state, so no other thoughts are coming except the feel which we are undergoing.
Have you noticed your voice, Sureshji? Can you see the rapidity of the voice comes down, the velocity of the voice comes down? It is so calm and quiet. You know why? People, when they're angry, their inner world is so turmoil that they shout. But when you are in a meditative state, it is so calm and quiet that even your voice becomes softer, the velocity goes down, and you don't feel like actually speaking loudly or fast. It automatically comes down. And with that, what happens? Even the problems, just like the blood pressure, the anger, the anxiety, the depressive states, all automatically comes down. Are you experiencing it or not? Now,
True.
if you stay in this space, can any of your emotion hijack you? It won't be possible. Our emotions only take over when we are unconscious. But slowly we will be giving you so much of realization about your own self that you cannot be anything but conscious. And when you are conscious, you can change your life as per your wish, as per your plans. But you know what? The funny part would be, when you realize that part, you won't need changing anything. Everything will happen on its own. The only thing that is required is your readiness to reach that space. And you see, like, still this space, I feel that I can feel what is happening all in all of you. Is it not there a light kind of thing that is still trying to blow out itself? How is it possible? You sitting miles, thousands and thousands of miles away, I am sitting here at my home, but we feel connected. There is no time and space in our true sense. So I just wish that each and every one of us in this room, we just attain to that space, a state of permanent bliss. And you see, don't worry, you will continue to do the worldly things, but from a perspective of a very different phenomena. It's just like still being in the world, but not being anymore. And that's the word that we call as Shiva. She that is, Va that is not, means jo hai aur nahi bhi. Who is and not is Shiva. So what we are going to become is not human anymore. We are going to become the she and the Va. And if you are ready for that, let's walk. Down the line, you will never ever be able to realize, as you shocked yourself that how come 40 minutes passed away, you will shock yourself again by looking who you were to what you are becoming. And I believe that's what Kirti has been trying to achieve. That's what Kirti says. You just don't know what will happen. And slowly we have started excavating that, discovering that part. And don't worry, you all have a lot of hidden treasure within you, and we will bring each and every jewel out of that. And you see how you shine. And trust me, we will not stop until the world has to wear a sunglass to look at you. You will be so shining brighter. Right? So thank you so very much. And as I said, don't go by my words. My words are not for you. My words are only for your mind to keep it engaged somewhere else so that you sit in silence. And you remember what the divine said? Don't try to find me in your words. Find me in the silence. Can you saw, like, did you realize that all the words that I have been speaking, you are just listening it. It is not making any meaning. But within you, there is a silence. So where is the divinity now? And can you see the moment I stop speaking, what happens to you? It's just like you again fall back to that space. Oh my God, what's happening? Ah, that's what you should be. So, Raji ji, Ujjwala ji, Suresh ji, Santosh ji, Vivina ji, Usha ji, Kirti, and obviously Haribhai. Just stick here for some time. And you will notice what beauty lies within you. And all that drama that we have been going around in this world, ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You will again, like you see, everything is happening for you even without a fight, even without an effort. But are you ready to do that? Because our mind always believes that without pain, there is no gain. That's what we have been trained on. But are you ready to give away the pain to get the gain? We have a very simple way of looking at it. They say like, no pain, no gain. I say, give away the pain so that you can get gain. So that's my way, if you are ready for that. And if you want to do some really tough thing and you believe that without pain, no gain, I will give you some postures that you will never do in your life. You cannot do in your life. Your body won't allow you to do that. So we are not going to be twisting the body. We are going to twist the mind itself. And we are committed to what Kirti has said. All those will come to you. And don't worry, I am not running anywhere. Because either the student is true or the teacher is true. And if both are true, both stay. But if that is not the case, someone will run away. Okay? So thank you so very much for giving me your precious time, being here. And surely, Kirti, you have to find the dates because this holiday timing will be good for all of us. But don't miss that.
Manasri, can I ask you something? Sorry.
Obviously, you can.
When you, what we did today, like, so is it because you were going through, like, you know, we're here listening to you. So if I want to do it like again, will it work without listening, or
I'll tell you something, Ujjwala ji. People say I have a magic in my voice. I say I don't have any magic. I just speak from that space, and whatever comes from that space creates that effect. I'll tell you some funny things. Is it okay? Earlier, we were not getting it recorded on YouTube. So only Zoom was there, and even recording was not available. So some people used to do, like, while I start the meditative process, they used to switch on the recorder so that everything is recorded. And they say, I don't know what happens the moment you speak. I just go into that space and I don't listen anything. It feels like I've gone into sleep. So I recorded it. So they kept it a recording. Then they confessed that I have to confess something. I said, what? Now, despite I have recorded every moment I on it, I again listen to that, I go to that space only. I don't know what is happening. So that gives your answer. It will again work for you. And to your benefit, it's recorded on YouTube.
Sure. Thank you.
So surely. And one more question I forgot. How many of you have really tried that 708 and that shower technique? You did. So Ujjwala ji did, Kirti did, Suresh ji did, Raji ji did. Did you find anything out of that by doing it? Santosh ji also did. It's good. Now, did you find anything out of it? I have to give you a key to that. Shall I? See, there is something called as a mind and there is something called as a magic. Mind works on expectation. Magic works on experimentation. However, what you might have done, you by now you might have realized. You were working through the mind with trying to, okay, I am doing this, so I expect this to happen. And if this happens, then I can say this word. That is expectation. But expectation is in the realm of the mind. But whatever we are doing is not in the realm of the mind. It is realm of the magic. So from this day on, whenever you are doing that, don't expect. I'll tell you why. Expectation has a two-way defeat for you. Why two-way defeat? See, one, let's say whomever we are calling upon, the divinity, if he wants to give us more and we are asking for less, tell me who is at a fault now? You lost, right? So if I'm expecting little, but he wants to give more, so I lost it. But if I'm expecting something and that didn't happen, again, I'm at a loss. You know how? I will keep on saying myself, oh, this got only 10. I should have got 20. In both the cases, we are losing. But I don't want you to lose in that case. Because if you start losing in that case, your mind will take over and it will never allow you to do the magic. So don't expect, experiment. What is the experimentation? How to do that? Realm of the magic, remember this. So whenever you are doing that process, experiment. How? I have done this process and let me see what it shows back. Not a straight line, I want this. No, let it show what it is bringing into my life. And trust me, there the magic begins. Because you are not drawing a line. And Ujjwala ji, there is a small little joke. Can I tell everyone? Is it okay? See, it's good to laugh, right? Bringing a smile is good for your heart. So, typical Indian mandir se hote na, temples. So, Pandit ji hote na. So, you see how funny people are. So, a pujari, a priest was doing the puja and they were three brothers. And three brothers were too intelligent. Means their father has told a standing instruction that whatever money you get from the temple, some part should be given to the god. Some part should be kept, some part you can take to your home. But you know, mind, the monkey mind. So one fine day, they said and decided among themselves. So some part should be given to God, but let God decide that. We will do only our part. And nobody shared their own plans with each other. The first brother went, got some amount of money. Now he said, okay, he drew a line. And he said, I throw the coins. Whatever goes beyond the line is God's. Whatever stays back is mine. Now just think of the throwing of the hands is in my hand, right? And if I want more on my side, what will I do? I'll throw like this. So what happened? Only 1 or 2 coins went by that side, 2, 3 coins, and the rest, oh, so God has chosen. Now done. And he goes off. His next brother comes. He draws a circle. And he says, whatever stays within the circle is God's. Whatever comes out of the circle is mine. Now, again, in this case, throwing is in my hands. If I hit it hard, it will obviously bounce out. So 2 coins left back and all others out. Okay, so God, this is yours. Then finally came the third brother. He heard both the stories of these people. And he says, let me come back and I will tell you my story. He goes and sits, gets the money, and he says, everybody says God is everywhere. So God, I do one thing. I will bounce the coins into the air. Whatever stays in the air is yours. Whatever falls is mine. So now he comes out. What God will keep? Tell me. Nothing. Nothing was there in the air. Everything fell. He carried everything and came out. Now the brothers were discussing. So what did you do? He said, I draw a line. So only 4 coins went to God. The other said, I drew a circle. So only some 2 went inside that and all are mine. The third brother says, you fool. You say you are drawing a line between God. You are drawing a circle around you between God and you. You should be like me. I just threw whatever he has to catch, he caught. Whatever he didn't is mine. So I took it as his blessings. Now you see, that's what our mind does with expectation. It will start playing tricks, techniques. So let us not do that. Let us experiment with it. So I'm doing this, but you can ask one thing. Show me some signs that I know it is working. Now, can you do it? This week is not expectation. This week is experimentation. Okay? And trust me, again, it has worked brilliantly for me. So if it is working for me, it should work for you. The only difference might be here it is raining in rupees, there it will be raining in pounds. Okay? So please go ahead with this happy smiley face. Go and spread this happiness not only in your family, in your neighborhood, in your entire space. Because we need this in this world more than ever. And you people be that sunshine that the people are waiting for. So with this, may you continue to be a blessing on this planet. May you be the torchbearer of the divinity in that space. May you be the one through whom people come to realize that divinity is real, because you are the greatest evidence that the divine is. So thank you so much. And as I close my words, I have to say, remember this, to stay God and be God. And finally, over to Kirti for his final touch-up words. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manas Bhai. Thank you so much for the session today. I feel like I've listened to you for hours on end, but every single time I listen to you, I get something new. So thank you for that. And I understand why Hari Mama doesn't miss even one session, no matter what he's doing, because I'm sure he gets something new every session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone for attending the session again. Sorry, I've literally come back to the UK and I've not had time to sort of put the dates in the group. I will do that this week. I'll have a word with Manas Bhai and I'll do that. What we're thinking is, because it's going to be 9 days and at least 2 hours or more per day, maybe doing it within the Christmas holidays might be a good thing, so you guys can invest more time and it doesn't sort of interject with your other responsibilities within the week. So if you guys think it's better we do it early and you can come at that time, please let me know. Maybe just post it in the group, and we'll see how many people are ready to do it ASAP, and then we can make a call based on that. But right now, where our heads at is to see if people can come at that time, and most probably that is going to be across the Christmas holidays.
And
So,
Kirti, just one thing that I have to say, all of them in this room. See, you have lived so many years for others. I just ask you to live that 20 hours for yourself. And then you can go back as a giver. You can live for anyone. But those 20 hours, I don't know, I say 20, but it becomes much, much, much more than that. But you won't feel like that. But those, I believe like each and every one of us deserves that time. Right? Yeah, Kirti. Thank you.
thank you, Manas Bhai. I totally concur with what this Manas Bhai said. It is something that's going to be longer than 20 hours, but it won't feel like it. But it's going to change us definitely forever, and it's going to be transcendental. So if anybody does want to, sort of jump into the classes any earlier, please post it in the group, in the WhatsApp group. I did. I know some of the people like Vivina ji and I think a couple other people who might not be in the group. So I've posted the WhatsApp link in the group earlier in the chat. So please join the group, or just give me a shout, and I will add you to the group. So that's all for me now. So thank you for attending again, and we'll see each other next Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.